Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Ajwa and I hope this video finds you well. If you are new to this place, please consider subscribing, and to all my returning subscribers, thank you so much for your support and welcome back. For whatever reason, I'm in a very good spirit today. I feel so, it's like some burden has been taken off me, I feel super light, super I don't know, I'm in a very good mood today, and I'm trying to film as many as possible. My light is off, we have light off as we call it here in Ghana. I don't know how far it's reached, but I don't have light, so I'm making use of the daylight, which is so beautiful. The day is so beautiful today. It's not hot, it's a little warm, but not like cold. We are in the Hamatan season, and I just came back from my hometown, my village, So I'm a Buno girl. I come from Kintampo in the Bunahafu, or it used to be called Bunahafu region. Currently, I'll find what it is called currently. My social studies is I finished secondary school 20 years ago. So yeah, but I'm from the Bunahafu region, and I had to go to my village for some, family stuff, which I came back yesterday, and for some reason I feel so happy, for some reason I feel super happy today. So let's talk about Caramel Oud by Ard Al Zaafaran. It's quite a new fragrance. I think I've seen only one person talking about this. I will link his channel in the description. It's a gentleman. I follow him. I watch his videos, but forgive me, I don't know your name. I think I have to do better, And he spoke about this, and I think I went to my friend's shop and she introduced this to me as well. So I was like, okay, let me just have a 10 ml to see how it is, And as soon as I sprayed it, it's not been it wasn't an immediate love, I think the whole caramel, everybody or most fragrance houses are trying to do caramel, probably because of the Bianco latte. Everybody is trying to ride on that horse, and make caramel fragrances, So this is from Ard Al Zaafaran, Caramel Oud. I also think I've seen the name Caramel Oud from a niche house known as, is it Theodorus Carlotin? My niche girls, I don't know how to pronounce it, but I think I've seen that. I don't know how it smells like. I have no idea. This one from Ard Al Zaafaran, and it doesn't. I don't have the nose structure here. Honestly, I will not be able to tell what the nose structure is. However, to me, I smell some prominent notes here, which are obviously the caramel and the oud, and some milkiness. It has some milkiness and something like agar wood. It has this sort of Middle Eastern agar wood and some praline. That is what I predominantly smell in Caramel Oud by Ard Al Zaafaran. The opening to me is not the most friendly. As soon as you spray this, it gives you that dominant oud and caramel. You get that heavy presence of caramel and oud, as the name indicates. But it is not like the most friendliest of openings that I have come across. It's not alcoholic. It doesn't give me any alcohol blast. It doesn't give me anything offensive. However, that oud at the opening to me is not the most friendly oud I have come across. It doesn't give me a very animalic, it gives me a little barnyardy. To me there is a slight difference between barnyardy and animalic. Sometimes the barnyardy is more to the fecal, whilst the animalic, the animalic vibe gives me this sort of a slight barnyardy, which gives that sort of very sensual touch to it. If it makes those differences, if you can really make a difference between those two, barnyardy and then animalic, they are quite different in some aspects. But this one gives me a little barnyardy, a little fecal sort of oud, coupled with that praline like caramel in this one, and then as it begins to dry down, you get this very sweet praline, like a praline sort of tonka-ish, vibes. It doesn't give me vanilla, but it gives me something like a tonka sort of vibes, coupled with some milkiness. It comes across as milky to me, especially when it begins to dry down. So after trying to get over the opening, which is not the most pleasant to me, although I love skunky fragrances, animalic fragrances, I love them, but there is something about this opening that doesn't really necessarily sit so well with me. I like it, I like the opening, but it's not the best for me. However, the middle to the dry down is where you begin to get that milky, praline, tonka-ish, you know, sort of sweet vibes. It is not overly sweet. It is not like you know, cloying sweet. It doesn't give me that sort of vibes. It's not sweet to the extent that men will find this, you know, superficial or too feminine. You know, I think it's quite a very unisex fragrance. You know, it doesn't scream caramel, you know, because of that oud that cuts through the sweetness of the caramel with what I perceive as that milky praline tonka, you know, vibes in this one. It is quite a realistic caramel, but it's not as sweet. You know, it doesn't give me I think a lot of people are expecting Bianco Latte, you know, dupe from anything that we see caramel. It doesn't give me Bianco Latte, not at all. Nothing like a caramel scent I have come across, because most of the caramel scents I have come across are quite very, you know, very sweet and feminine and girly. This one doesn't necessarily give me that. It gives me sweet, you know, but it because of the agar, what I perceive to be that agar wood or the oud, it sort of, you know, tames the caramel down a bit, you know, or considerably. It tames the caramel quite a lot, you know, so you don't get much of that very girly, sweet, you know, feminine caramel, but you still get a caramel. And the dry down is the most beautiful. The dry down, you get that milky sort of condensed milk, you know, you get that milky sort of condensed milk with that slight touch of funk. You know, the funk really, you know, settles. It really goes down by the time it gets to the, let's say, the 20th minute of wearing this one, or even the 10th minute. From the 10th minute, the funk, you know, goes down considerably, and you're left with this milky condensed milk, less sweetened caramel scent with some tonka-ish praline, you know, vibes. It doesn't give me vanilla per se, you know. It gives me this tonka-ish, a bit sweet, but not cloyingly sweet, or if that is a good word, you know. I hope I'm not bringing up any terms that is not, you know, in the dictionary, but it gives me that sort of, you know, not too cloying of a sweet scent. You know, it's a good one. The opening is not, even for me that, you know, I call myself an acclaimed lover of funk and skanky banyadi, you know, the opening is not too pleasant. However, if you're able to let it settle after the first 5-10 minutes, you begin to get that very milky condensed milk, toffee like, you know, like that sort of praline feel, you know. Begin to get that a bit ambery nuance to it. It doesn't give me that very sweet condensed milk, you know. It doesn't give me that, but it's sweet enough for ladies to appreciate, and also animalic, you know, and quite masculine enough for a lot of men to appreciate this one. For me personally, at this point in my fragrance game, I don't think I'm going to add a full bottle of this one to my collection. However, if you want something quite different, because it is very different, it's not like the everyday caramel, like the which ones, like the normal let's say the Tyriac that just came out, the Juicy Couture, the other caramel, pink sugar, you know, it doesn't give me those kind of feminine vibes, but it gives me something quite different, quite niche like, you know. It's quite hard to understand, but if you take your time, you know, and you sort of appreciate slightly different fragrances, or, you know, like those kind of Middle Eastern vibe funk with some sweetness, then you're absolutely going to appreciate Caramel Oud by Ard Al Zaafaran. It is beautiful. It is not for everybody, to me, in my opinion. So I think if you love those sort of, you know, Middle Eastern vibe fragrances that, you know, are quite unique, it gives you, it's like a blend between the West and the East, you know, that Middle Eastern banyadi sort of vibes plus the Western sort of, you know, caramel. It's like a very in the middle, you know, fragrance between the West and the East. If that is the best description I can give this particular fragrance. So I just want to end this one here because I'm sort of sweating under my wig here, and I need to just, you know, be able to take it off right now. So thank you so much for your time here. It's quite moderate, you know, like low to moderate in projection and longevity. It gives me about 2 hours on skin and then about 5 to 6, you know, on clothes. So if you are interested in caramel oud, I don't know how close it is to the other caramel oud fragrances out there, but that is how I perceive this fragrance, and I hope this video found you well. Please do not forget to give this video a thumbs up. I would truly appreciate that. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you in my next one. Take care. Bye bye. Bye.